Monday memos. Manny's Monday memos. Manny's Monday memos. Manny's Monday memo. Ho. Manny's Monday memo. Hoes. 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 Hoes.
Hey guys, so while I'm waiting to get my coffee, I just thought that I would bring up something that just really was bothering me the other day. I just want to know, why are some doctors so trash? Like, why are they so trash? I just don't understand why you would go into an industry where all you do is work with human beings 24/7 essentially, to only treat them like crap. I just don't understand that. I just don't understand that. I get it. A lot of people do it for the money. Duh, I'm not stupid. But if you're not really going to try and better somebody's situation, really help them solve some type of medical problem or save someone's life, then why are you a doctor? Why are you a doctor? So I had this come up because one of my friends, his sibling is going through a situation, and it kind of reminded me of a situation that I had. And you know what? My mom and I were talking about it. So when I was in high school, I had a pediatrician. The worst doctor I've ever had in my entire life, by the way. She used to walk around with a tablet. All right, she had a little Android tablet. Oh, excuse me, Samsung tablet. That's what I call all the non-iPads. They're Androids. But anyways, she had a Samsung tablet. And she would always look up things in her tablet before she would answer my questions. And as a kid, I was like, I'm confused. I've never had a doctor do this before. Like, what does that mean? So one day I went in. Turns out I had an allergic reaction to a medication I took. But my mom and I weren't sure. So went into the doctor, got into the bag. She's like, putting in her information. Guys, she tells me, according to Google, it looks like you have scabies. Scabies? No, ain't no way I got scabies. So I looked at my mom. My mom looked at me. My mom goes, what's making you come up with that diagnosis? Have you seen this before in person? The doctor literally goes, no, I looked it up on our website, and it looks like it might be scabies. My mom. But it looks like hives to me. Like, my other daughter has allergies and allergic reactions often, and these are what her hives look like. So I thought these were also hives. I just was coming in for confirmation. That doctor swore up and down it was scabies. She and my mom got into it majorly. Oh, hold on. Gotta get my coffee. I got my coffee. Okay, anyways. So my mom and the doctor get into it. My mom, tells her how she's incompetent, she doesn't know what she's doing, yada, yada, yada. Long story short, ended up going to another doctor, my old pediatrician. She confirmed, yes, Emanuela does have hives. That's exactly what she has. So my mom was like, interesting. So, long story short, that made me think, like, if that doctor went to medical school, she has all these accolades, why is she on Google? Why did she go to WebMD? I could have did that at home. I could have did that at home myself. So I don't understand why, if you go to med school, you gotta go on your little tablet to figure out what's wrong with me. I don't comprehend that. And what also blows me about why some doctors are so trash is just like, don't give me information that I can just acquire myself, because then you serve no purpose. You're supposed to be an expert of this area, the subject matter. So I need to be able to get things from you that Google wouldn't have told me. That is the whole point of a doctor. I'm well aware that a doctor is not a genie. A doctor doesn't have all the answers. I understand it's a practice of medicine. I totally get that. I understand there's a lot of trial and error. I get that. So I also get that you might take things from Google and give it to a patient, to take home, and they remember what you said. But at the same time, let's also put the human aspect back into it. How about if I have to go home and do certain stretches because I've hurt my back? How about you show me the stretches and then print out the stretches as well for me so I can remember? Or maybe have a video for me that's handy. That's probably a lot better. Rather than you just printing off the results, handing them over and saying, okay, have a great life. I get doctors have a lot going on. I really do. I really do. I get that a lot of people need you. I really do. I get, especially the doctors that take Medicaid. I get that you and Medicare. I get that you're cashing that check. I know you making that bread. I know you are. But how about you make people leave your office feeling as though they accomplished something? We are tired of trash doctors. We want doctors that care about us. That is what the community wants. So if you are trying to be a doctor and if you don't know how to give a flying care about somebody, you need to exit. Go to another profession. Don't become a doctor, because we don't need any more trash individuals, okay? It's kind of like, most of the time people in IT have a bad rep of not being people persons because they're just big on technology. They're not people persons. That's not an excuse. If you are in a career where you deal with human beings, you deal with feelings and emotions, you need to have good rapport. You need to learn how to have good people skills. Take it beyond your required public speaking requirement that you have to take in college. Go beyond that. Actually learn how to talk to human beings and treat them like human beings, so then that way we can all move forward in a positive direction. Because I'll be damned if I go to the doctor and the doctor pulls out a tablet again and Googles something that I could have learned for myself, and I could have just gotten some over-the-counter medication. I'm not doing that. You are wasting people's money, because healthcare is not cheap. That's another topic for another day. You are wasting my time. You are giving me false hope. And for all you know, your lack of actual attention to detail sometimes can end up being a misdiagnosis. You guys remember that Manny's Monday memos that I told you about, my friend whose doctor misdiagnosed their little sister? You remember that? Remember they told the parents how the sister was pregnant? She's a teenager. Turns out she actually wasn't. Yeah. We don't need any more of that tomfoolery. If people would actually take the time to give a flying crap about people, if people would actually, if people in the healthcare industry would actually take the time to really value each patient and treat them as though they are someone different, a human being, rather than, oh, that's another check. Oh, we cash in. We got a Christmas bonus. Rather than doing that, I bet you some of the mistakes, some of the errors wouldn't occur. It's just kind of how, there's a lot of literature out there right now. There's a lot of stories about the black women and the level of deaths that are associated to giving birth in comparison to white women. Read up about it if you don't know about it. That has to deal with neglect. That has to, that's a whole nother sector. We're going to save that for another day. That one I might have to take, that one's going to make me hot. That one's going to make me heated. So we don't need to go into that one yet. If you plan on being a doctor and you're watching this, your bedside manner needs to be impeccable. Okay? Because there's no point in you joining a career where you suck with people. Stop sucking with people. We want doctors who care. We want doctors who don't treat us like another paycheck. Because let's be real, if it wasn't for the patient, you wouldn't have an insurance company to charge. Therefore, you wouldn't be making any bread. So you really should be treating these patients with the utmost respect. Okay? Okay. There would be no doctors, there would be no profession if there weren't people who needed them. So how about we treat people like human beings and give them what they deserve rather than treat them like they're nothing? What do you think? I mean, if you're like somebody who's not a people person, then here's a good idea. Don't be a doctor! Oh my God. There's so many different professions that you could do within medicine, I'm sure, where you don't have to talk to somebody. Go be in the lab somewhere where all you deal with is specimens all day. Go do that. Don't sit there and actually care for people and treat them as though they are nothing, because nobody needs a doctor like that. All right, I think I've said too much. I'm gonna go. Right, I'm gonna go drink my coffee now. This is the caramel brulee, if I'm not mistaken. What did the critics say? Superb. Delightful. Have a good day, everybody. And don't forget, we are not accepting any more trash doctors in 2020. If your doctor is trash, go find one that cares. Because I promise there are doctors out there that do care about you. And I promise there are doctors that value you as a human being. Okay? All right. Now, cheers. It's a holiday. Hey, the caramel brulee latte at Starbucks, that is fire! Get some if you have it.